What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. MightyFan time here with another episode of, I guess, digging in the collection or, whatever. This is basically the recap of my entire collection, at least most of it. And we're staying with football. I know the last episode I had the vintage and the authentics and whatnot, non-Mitchell&Ness football jerseys. And now we're going to get into the Mitchell&Ness. And again, this does not include my beloved Eagles. That's all downstairs. I'll get to them. Saving the best for last for the Philly teams, of course. So, yes, it's a rather extensive football collection. And I know some people are already saying, basketball, we want basketball. It's getting there. Just rest assured that now we're another video closer to that. So, we'll get to the basketball, don't worry. But I got to get through the football first because I'm doing this in... by sport. So as I said before, the football collection is I got two Z-bottom, as I bump into something, Z-bottom racks. They're separated by team and by year by team. And so there's no rhyme or reason why they're in the order that they are. It's just the order that I got them off the old racks and put them on these as I got these racks. But anyhow, let's get into it. And yeah, I know I apologize to King Leonidas in advance. I know this is going to, seeing these is, your wallet's not going to be happy with you because you're going to want to get some more football jerseys when you see this stuff. And as is with all the other jerseys, like I said, with Mitchell&Ness, I still love the brand. I still buy, what I can when I can from them. But a lot of, being an old head collector, yeah, I mean, I will get the newer China run stuff. But I do look for the older run stuff, just because it's the reason why I started collecting years ago was that old run, Mitchell&Ness stuff, from the old store and everything. And, it's one of those things, you're nostalgic about it, right? So, that's what it is. You'll see a lot of the collectors like myself, our collections is pretty much dominated by the old run Mitchell&Ness stuff. The quality is always there, just the way they made the jerseys back then. I still think for some jerseys, they still do a good job. I think the older era jerseys, they don't, and again, I'm not trying to sound like a hater or anything, but to me, they don't make them with the same oomph that they made them back in those days. So it is what it is. But enough yapping from myself. Let's just get right to the product. So first team here, it is what, first on the list. So we got the Broncos. This is actually a newer China run jersey, and I do think they did a nice job. Now the funny thing is with some of the China run stuff is if some of them, it's like if you don't grab them right away, they tend to be harder to get. It just is what it is, and this is one that doesn't pop up that often. But I got this about a year or so back on eBay. Tom Jackson. This is a '77. Tom Jackson. So this is the year the Broncos lost to Dallas in the Super Bowl. But he's known more now for being, the co-host with Chris Berman for the ESPN NFL highlight show. But, back he was a great, linebacker with the Broncos out of Louisville. So here it is, the T. Jackson on the back, 57, everything pressed onto this jersey. Very nice jersey. I still want the Shannon Sharp 94 Broncos. That's one I don't have, and I would like to get it, but. And there might be a couple Elways out there still. I want the Super Bowl, the navy blue Super Bowl one, and just the regular orange Crush, 94 jersey, because I have all the others for 94, but that one. But we'll get there. This next one, this is an 80s era. This is an older career run. And I actually got this from Resurrection years ago, so shout out to Rez. It's still here. It's still in the Mighty Kingdom. There it is. Was his jersey years ago. He sold it to me. Years ago for a steal, and it's still holding strong there, Rez. There it is. Up next, this was the first ever Mitchell&Ness jersey I owned, and it was a mistake because the seller I got this from on eBay, the jersey I got that was in the picture was just a regular like Reebok John Elway orange Crush jersey. The one that came in the mail was this one. And I wasn't complaining about it. So this was the first Mitchell&Ness jersey I ever owned. This is actually an older China run jersey. But, it's the '94. It's the Orange Crush. You know, with the sleeves. So, you know, very nice. Like I said, it was a mistake, maybe by the seller or whatever. I never asked about it. I just knew that this was the first ever Mitchell&Ness jersey I owned, so I was not going to complain. Very nice jersey. You know, they've done various runs of these over the years, but yeah, this is what got it all started. So this is a bit of a historic piece in the Mighty Kingdom. So then years later, I would add this one to the collection. This was I got this from a fellow collector, Ryan Lee. Shout out to Ryan, big Steelers fan. Got this one off of him, and this is, of course, the white version. And this is a USA version, and you can always tell the old USA versions, and I learned this from Throwback Kings, so shout out to Snacks. It has that deep inside tag on the inside. He did a video years ago of how you can tell the difference between the different old run Mitchell&Ness jerseys for football. So very educational. So see, you learn some things. You retain that knowledge. But very nice. Now the old USA runs, they of course were made big and heavy, but this one's actually pretty light. This is a lighter jersey, very comfortable, and I really like the way this thing is made. So, and it pops. I mean, the white versions of these, the orange ones are nice. The white versions, the away versions, oof, with those sleeves and everything, oh, they just pop. And got the jock tag down there. 94. You will note I have a lot of 1994 jerseys in the collection. It's just how it is. That's back when the NFL actually wanted to promote their anniversary years instead of putting a little postage stamp on the collar for the 100th. This is a Steve Atwater, of course, Hall of Fame. Safety from the Broncos, Mr. You know, take down Christian Okoye. Christian might not like this jersey, but it's from the '94 season. Atwater, of course, the Orange Crush jersey, the throwback, and this one is again the USA run. So the deep inside collar tag. And as it was for Elway, I have the two for Mr. Atwater. So this is the white version, 94, and this one's a Korea run, and you can't see it. My big finger's in the way, but it has a very small inside tag. You can kind of see it there. I know it's folded up, but it says made in Korea, and that's how you can tell the Korea runs for most of them. And then it also has the full disclosure on the tag, and a lot of the Korea runs will do that too. So I think some of the USA ones do too, but you know, you notice that with a lot of those old Korea runs, they have they went pretty heavy with the information on the jock tag, the year, the player, the team. They were very thorough. And then now they did make an orange version, which I don't have, but I have this Mecklenburg, the white version of the 75th anniversary. I got this one from Roberto some time back. So shout out to Nostalgia Boy. So there's Mr. Mecklenburg, 75th jersey, very nice. And again, like I said, I love the white ones. This one is another Korea run. So yeah. And the other thing I love about it is just that big name on the back. This is crazy. All right, last but not least for the Broncos. This one I actually got from Big Baby some time ago. The away white, just regular Bronco jersey from the '94 season. Like I said, I want to get to just the regular Orange Crush. Elway, of course, full disclosure. So, yep, it's a career run. All right, another team. This Billy White shoes. Yeah, the Billy White shoes I have. Yeah, a lot of the guys in the community know that I could have and should have gotten the blue version of this that hit eBay, the very rare blue version of this. Yeah, I just see what you're seeing is the finished product. All right, so you see the jerseys I have. What you don't see, obviously, because I don't have them, is the jerseys I don't have. And there's a very rare blue version of the Love Ya Blue Oilers that they made for Billy White shoes years ago. Very rare. One popped up on eBay. I should have gotten it. I didn't get it. But I got this one years ago, the white version of the white shoes. So you got the just 1977 Houston Oilers. So this is a USA run. Again with that deep inside tag. But I really should have the blue one. It was just a dumb thing on my part. Yeah. See, so people out there say, oh, you have everything. No, I don't. Believe me, I don't have room to have everything in the house. It's amazing I have enough room for all this. This is a rare one I do have. This is a Robert Brazil, Dr. Doom, USA run. So this one has just the 1980 Houston Oiler tag on the bottom. Hall of Fame linebacker. They did not make his blue version that I know of. And now we'll get to the kind of more familiar, people who collect the more familiar ones you'll see. Of course, Earl Campbell. These are old run USAs. The white version right there. As it was for the Brazil, it does have just the year and team. And then this is the original run. This is the Love Ya Blue USA run made years ago. Yes, they did make them big back then. And I still wear them big. If I have to. Doesn't matter to me. I know you got you young bucks out there wearing them like an Under Armour shirt, but us old heads, we'll wear them big. Nothing but love, though. And then this one I got. This was my first Earl that I ever had. This is I got this one at the old Mitchell&Ness store on Chestnut Street during a winter sale. This was the first China run that they made of it. And of course they made it again, I guess, last year? But this was the original. This is the original China one they did when they got his rights back. So you notice it does have all the old China tagging with the players there and the red tag on the inside. No, I'm not moving it. Because I still like them. Warren Moon, this is a career run. 1993. Yeah, this is a head turner. A lot of people look for this one. Was glad to get one. Air McNair. It's the only McNair they've done. This is his inaugural Tennessee Oilers jersey season, the inaugural season. 1997, you might remember have that Eddie Jones, the authentic 98 white version. But this is the Mitchell&Ness McNair. All right, we're moving on to another team, the Buffalo Bills. To the best of my knowledge, this is the oldest Bills by year jersey they did. They never made an O.J. Simpson. So if you ever see a Mitchell&Ness O.J. Simpson jersey, it's a fake. They never made O.J. Not even a salesman sample or anything. So I believe this is the oldest year they ever made for the Bills, 1980. This is Joe Cribbs, who's a running back. The video does not do this jersey justice. The color, everything about this just pops. It's got the triple stitching 20 on the front. This is an old run. This is an old career run. Triple stitching or double stitching rather on that 20. It's got the pressed on 20 and the sleeves. I mean, you don't know how good this thing is until you actually have this in your hands. Then you'll know. It's a nice jersey. Cribbs on the back is pressed 20 double stitched. Beautiful. And yep, has the full disclosure right there. And then these guys are kind of the more known for Mitchell&Ness as far as the Buffalo Bills. They did the Super Bowl runs. So this is the of course the Thurman Thomas 94. So it has the 75th, and the Bills also celebrated their 35th. So it's dual patched. Very nice jersey. Fun fact, first Super Bowl I ever saw was Super Bowl 25. Bills-Giants. Of course, Scott Norwood misses the field goal at the end, wide right. But, yeah, Kutztown Zone. Andre Reed, Hall of Famer. Super Bowl 25 jersey. The first Super Bowl 25 jersey I got, you'll see later, I got Lawrence Taylor years ago. And then I had to get Bills because I had to have the two teams that were in that Super Bowl. It was the first one I ever watched. So, I had to get a Bills. Korea. Really nice jersey. I got this thing cheap at the store. It was like on a clearance rack years ago. And of course, I had to get a Jim Kelly. So there's his Super Bowl 25 jersey, same as the Reed. This is a career run as well. Tags. 1990. Kelly, 12. I would like to get a Bruce Smith someday. I just haven't been able to get one yet, but at some point I will. Kind of to round out the Bills collection. And of course, we got the Bolts here. We got the Chargers. Beautiful jersey right here. This is a career run Lance Allworth. The most expensive Mitchell&Ness jersey they ever, retail wise, I believe, was a Lance Allworth. I think that sucker went for like $475 or some crazy thing back then. People have problems with the prices now for Mitchell&Ness. You should see the old prices Mitchell&Ness used to throw in their stuff. Not everything, but certain things were like, oh my God. It was like $450, it was something like that. The Lance Allworth. It was like their most pricey jersey that they ever did. But this is an old run. This is Korea. Beautiful jersey, 1963 season. San Diego Chargers. And yeah, I had to get the white one. Here's the white Lance Allworth. That's a 1968 season. Korea. So it's got all the information. The bolts just pop on this one. Allworth 19. Beautiful jersey. Oh. I hit you with the Dan Fouts Chargers, 1984. So they made two versions of this one. This one's the correct one with the correct yellow Fouts on the back. They also had a version of this with the white Fouts, which was incorrect. And then they put out the yellow. So happy I got the correct one. It's the anniversary for the AFL, the old AFL team. Teams, of course, wore it. Joyner jersey right here. Very nice, kind of rare. You don't see this one too much. 84. Number 18. This is a USA run. You can tell by the deep inside collar. Kellen Winslow, senior. This is an El Salvador run. The blue version. It's just got the small year tag on there, 84. Shot the Nostalgia Boy. Another one I got from him, Dan Fouts. The white version, the harder to find one, the white one. 84 season. This is a Korea run jersey. Fouts. All right, another history jersey right here. This was the first jersey I ever got at the Mitchell&Ness store. It was the old store on Chestnut Street. It was on a sale rack. This is the first bad boy I ever got at the store. So, Kellen Winslow Sr. again, the white version. This is, I believe, a Korea run. Yeah, Korea. First one I ever got at the store. This is what kind of started it off for MightyFan. After that Elway jersey, this was the first. But this was the first in-store pickup by yours truly. And there's been a few since. But that's the first one. So if there's ever MightyFan trivia, you'll know the answer to that one. This is a 94 Junior Seau, powder blue. Korea run, rather. Korea. You can always tell by that white tag on the under tag there. It's Korea run. This one is the newest one I have for the Chargers. This is LaDainian Tomlinson. This is the throwback one they pumped out recently. I guess in recent years they made this one with the 50th anniversary right there. So it is a 2009 LT. Really like this. For some of these, like I said, I think they do a good job. I think for the Reebok equipment era jerseys, I think they do a pretty good job. It's just some of the older ones, they try to do the older eras, and some of them they get pretty good, but then others are like, yeah, I need the old run. I don't want to sound like a jersey snob, but yeah. Shout out to my buddy Bixlin. He talked me into getting this some time ago, and he was right. This is a 69 Dick Butkus Bears. It's an old run, too. This is a Korea. Beautiful, beautiful jersey. Beautiful. I don't think the video does this any justice. That old Bears jersey, no name, just 51. NFL 50th patch, again, when they used to be big and bold with their advertising of commemorative seasons. And then this one I got more recently. Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers. Again, 69 season, so it's got the, where is that? Here it is. 50th. Yeah. Jack tag. This is a Korea again. Again, shout out to Ryan Lee. This is another one I grabbed from him. But some of these you gotta be careful with. And I will say this, if you're gonna put them on racks, you want to be a little careful, because some of these jerseys, the old runs too, and some of the new guys, if the numbers are heat pressed or pressed on, sometimes if you have them too close together, they'll stick together. So you want to be a little careful with that. So some of these jerseys might not be based off here, particularly in the other rack back there, because I wanted to kind of put some of those, some of those ones that could stick together in between other of the stitch jerseys. So obviously they won't, the stitch number jerseys, so obviously they won't. But so this is one of the examples. So this is a little out of year, but I had to do this because this one is one of those that, yeah, it would stick together. It would stick. Beautiful jersey. This is basically the Super Bowl. Walter Payton. Sweetness, of course. Old run. Korea run. Beautiful. Full. Everything on the jock. So it's the white Bears jersey from that season, but it's a Super Bowl jersey. That's what I call it, because it's what they wore in the Super Bowl when they beat the Patriots. Walter should have had a touchdown in that game. But rest in peace to Sweetness. This is an awesome jersey. I definitely recommend this one for anyone. Grab it. If you ever have a chance at it, grab it. The old run Korea. Just the shine on these numbers is just crazy, But it is one of these examples of, if you put it up against another, particularly if it gets kind of warm like it does up here, even with the fan, if you put this jersey up against another heat press jersey, the numbers might stick together, and you might have a problem. So you want to be careful with that. It's a little tip from MightyFan, okay? But yeah, 85 Bears, Walter Payton, Super Bowl. So again, the years are out of order, but I had to do it that way. This is the rookie, 75 Walter Payton, the only Walter Payton jersey that was stitched, because they wore stitched numbers in 75, and they moved over to the pressed. Every other Walter Payton jersey is pressed besides this one, unless it's like the Legacy line or something. Heavy jersey. This is definitely a winter jersey. 75 Chicago Bears Walter Payton Korea run with the small Korea tag on the inside, but beautiful. This thing pops. Definitely pops. Everything double stitched, besides of course for the stripes that are part of the material. So I do keep this one in between these because the next jersey's heat pressed numbers. So I put the 85 one between the two that have the press, so it's not going to stick to anything. particularly in the humidity this time of year, you know, when we get into the summer months. This guy too, I did it. So this is the George Halas Patch Memorial, Walter Payton 83. This is a China run. This was actually the first Walter Payton jersey I ever owned. Beautiful, really love it. And these are getting somewhat harder to find now with the big, you know, the patch. But then the patch is pressed on too. So that's why I said, even with these guys, you got to be careful, because if you put them up against something of similar screen printing, they might stick together. And just from over the years, I've kind of noticed which ones do that and which ones don't. That's why I kind of have them set up the way I do. So here's another. Again, the ears are out of whack on this, but I did it for a reason. So this is the newer China run. This is the Brian Urlacher from the Bears. Salute the Soldier Field patch. Fun note, the Eagles beat them in the playoffs that year. The Eagles closed down the old modeled Soldier Field before they did all the renovations. Urlacher 54, great linebacker, Hall of Famer. I actually was at an Eagles-Bears game at the Vet his rookie year, and the guy was a beast. I mean, he had so many tackles that the Eagles won the game, but you could tell that guy was going to be a good one. You know, because when Eagle fans get the attention, say, "Oh, this guy's pretty good," yeah, you know, he's probably going to be pretty good. Usually, we're booing everyone. 2001, Brian Urlacher. Yep, that was a must. Had to get this one. And then I have the white version of the Peyton, but again, I separated them just because I didn't want this to stick together. 83 with the George Halas Memorial. This is a Morocco. This is made in Morocco. So this is, I tell you, back then they made them all sorts of different places. But Walter Payton 83. All right, now we're going to move to a team that's becoming popular here. Though I full disclosure, I got all these jerseys prior to this, okay, before TB went to TB. All right, so first off, we have a Tom Brady throwback. No, it's not a Tom Brady throwback. It's a Doug Williams, and this is the first Doug Williams jersey that Mitchell&Ness made for the Bucs. So it's got that burnt orange. It's not exactly the creamsicle, which I love, which I have plenty of. This is more of that burnt orange because it's the 70s. This is 80s, 82. 82 Doug Williams. This was the first Doug Williams, like I said, the Bucs that they made. So this was before they went crazy with the creamsicles. They put this one out. And I guess you can technically say it's a creamsicle, but it really isn't. It doesn't have that lighter shade of orange to it. It's more like a burnt orange. So it's like the pumpkin sickle. the pumpsicle. It's a career run. Beautiful jersey. Just everything. It's got the pressed on numbers right there, the pressed on name. So it's not heat pressed, it's actually pressed onto the jersey. Screen printed, rather, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for. If I can wake up. So everything, you can see the holes going through the mesh. So yeah, 82 Doug Williams. And this one is the more what I would deem the creamsicle. So this is the 79. I had them out of order. Okay, and I think the reason is because of that Peyton. I didn't want these numbers to press together, because that one's more screen pressed. This is the pressed. Okay, so this is the 79 Williams. So this would be more like the creamsicle. Okay, because it's more of that light orange. Well, that one's more burnt. It's just how they did it. But this one, which they made more recent time, has more of that, creamsicle look to it, more of that lighter shade. So everything pressed onto it. This is a China run. Really nice. I love them both, to be honest. Doug, of course, great quarterback those days out of Grambling. 79. Shot the snacks. I know he just recouped one of these. I got mine years ago. This is the rookie Steve Young, Buccaneers. The orange, the creamsicle. So it's this El Salvador run with that big and bold patch, the 10th Annie patch. for the Bucks. 1985. King of the Ice, I know. You're like looking at these like, I know, man. I'm telling you. Your wallet's not going to be happy with me showing all these jerseys. And of course, we got the white version. You got to have them both, in my opinion. They're just too nice. Rookie Steve Young, 85, same as the creamsicle, only in white. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the only white Bucks jersey that Mitchell&Ness ever did an authentic version of. I don't even think they did the Legacy in any white. They've done them all either red or the creamsicles. So, little Mitchell&Ness trivia. What is the only white Buccaneer jersey they ever did? Steve Young, rookie. Hardy Nickerson, creamsicle. Love this one. This is just crazy. This is a China run. Just beautiful. And like I said, this is one of these examples of a China run jersey that just disappears. You see it every once in a while, but it used to be real available, and then it's just not. So this is one of them. And it does have the Mr. C memorial on the sleeve that they wore that year for their owner, passed away. 56 NFL logo. Oh, beautiful. This one really pops too. All right, here's a Tom Brady. No, not Tom Brady. Doug Williams. No, he didn't have stitch jerseys. This is Trent Dilfer. I do wish the Bucks would have brought out the creamsicles this year. Hey, you got TB, you got Gronk there now. I would take a Gronk creamsicle. I will tell you that right now. If they wear them, I'm getting a Gronk creamsicle. Just that big name on the back of it. Oof. But anyhow, there's the Dilfer, number 12. This is a 96 jersey, but it's stitched. And I believe this was the first of the stitched jerseys they did for the Bucks. Everything else is pressed on. So they did Dilfer, and they did Warren Sapp. So here's Dilfer. And this one is a USA run. Yeah, USA run. It's got the deep inside tag. And you saw this jersey. I pulled this out to show it with a hat. This is the Warren Sapp rookie creamsicle. It's the China run. But it's another one of those examples of a China run that just, it's hard to get. You see the legacy line of this, and that's a fine jersey. I've seen it, but I held out to try to get the authentic someday, and I was finally able to do it. There it is, all stitched and everything. Besides for the stripes, of course. NFL shield. Very nice. It is a 96. Warren Sapp, who the Eagles passed on. They should have gotten him. They got Mike Mahula that year in the draft. You could have had this guy. Oh, well. All right, now we're going to go to New Orleans. Going to go down to New Orleans, okay? So we got the Ken Stabler Saints, the white jersey, beautiful, hard to get. I got this one at the store, 93. It was on a sale rack. Right before this is actually, I got this one from Big Slim because we traded sizes. I had a bigger one, he had this one, so we traded. But the Ken Stabler jersey, Saints jersey, was the last. Was the last one I ever got at the old store before they closed and moved, of course, now on 12th Street. But, I size traded with Slim because this one's more in my size. So Slim has the original one that I got, and I got this one. So. And this is a 1983 Ken Stabler. Whew. This is another one, boy. You ever have a chance at this one? And Slim, he's the reason I got this because he tugged my arm to grab this when it was available, and I thank him for that. This is Earl Campbell. A lot of people might not know this is Earl Campbell just by looking at the front of it. Saints 35. Who's that? It's Earl Campbell. He went to the Saints. His old coach in Houston was with the Saints, Bum Phillips, and they traded for him midway through that season. So he was a Saint. And they had Stabler on the team, too. This is an 84. Earl. Everything's screen pressed on this jersey. This thing is beautiful. Beautiful. This and the Stabler are awesome. And the only one I don't have is that Archie Manning, and I will be getting one of those sometime soon. It's like, I know, I have all these Saints jerseys. I don't have an Archie. Why? I don't know. It's a mystery of life. But anyhow, I got Earl. How many of you have Earl? I know Slim's got Earl. But hey, I'm getting Archie. I'm going to get an Archie. Absolutely. I want one. This is a newer run, Sam Mills, that Mitchell&Ness made. I like it, but they didn't put the gold collar on it for whatever reason. But, They did a legacy line of this with it, and I'm half tempted on getting it at some point, but haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. This is trying to run. It's a nice jersey, aside from the mishap there. But sometimes they do things it's like, okay. But they made him, and they made Jackson. But there's the full, Louisiana logo. Still a nice jersey. It's just, it's missing the gold collar. And this is the old one. I know you're going to hear a lot of the. This is another one. This is a heavy hitter on a lot of people's lists. And it was on mine too before I got it years ago. Love this. This is the original Sam Mills that they made. They still have yet to do his authentic Panthers. They made his legacy line. I hope they make his authentic someday with that inaugural season in Carolina. Your boy may even pay retail for that sucker. Oof, that says a lot when I want to pay retail. But anyhow, this is a El Salvador run. Love this. I don't know why they didn't make this in black. Because the only black version of this with the Annie logo they did was Morton Anderson, the kicker. Really, love to the kickers, but come on, should have done this. Should have done Ricky Jackson, Pat Swilling, whatever. But 91, Sam Mills. Oof. Oh yeah, you gotta have this one in your collection. It's got the yoke sleeves too. Saints. Oh, I'm gonna burn up these computers, people, or their phones, people watching this stuff. I'm not done yet. I remember this guy because the Eagles beat him in a playoff game. This is we're in the colors. So this is a Bobby Hebert Saints jersey. Funny story about this. I randomly got this on lids years ago. I don't know how they had them. Maybe in some back warehouse somewhere, and they put them on the site. This is the old lids before Fanatics took over. This is China Run, right? Yeah, China Run. Shield. It is the 92 season. Bobby Hebert. See, back then, man, they made a lot of players. But it's a hot jersey. It is. I never really realized how nice a jersey this is until I had it in my hands. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely nice. Glad I got it. Just one of those random jerseys they did, but and then we got Mr. Everett, 94 season, throwback, which they were now as the throwback jersey, which is very cool. I love these. But, so you see Breeze and Kamara and company wearing these. They wore them in 94 as their throwback jersey for the 94, the 75th season. And this is a USA run. You can tell again by the deep inside tag, neck tag. It's another hitter. Woo! Woo! It's getting hot. Not just the heat. Look at this. Oh, my. Didn't know MightyFan had it like this, did you? So you got the Gleason. This is the most recent one I picked up. I just got this at this year's winter sale. Really like this one. It's got the Louisiana pet. I do, though, wonder why they didn't make the white version in the authentic. I know they made the legacy, but the authentic in this, because, when he blocked that punt, they were wearing the white jersey. I guess the team or whoever, they have to go through hoops to make these jerseys, but it's like, the moment with Gleason, he was wearing the white jersey. He could have done the white one, but I guess because the black one pops, they wanted to do it. Either way, it's nice, and the guy's just such a great story, so, And I think at one point, I don't know if it's still the same, I think some proceeds to his jerseys went to his foundation, which was very cool. I think I heard that. Time ago. This is a 2006. And it's cool. They got a statue of him outside the dome and everything, of course, for the rebirth and everything, because of that moment and everything when, of course, everyone was able to, watch a Saints game in New Orleans for the first time after Katrina, with that Monday night game or whatever, and he blocked that punt. So, cool moment, and I just had to get this. All right, shout out to Jake Carroll, because now we're moving on to his beloved Vikings, and Umair as well. Umair, he's a Viking fan. Shout out to A-Rock. I picked this one up when I was with him at the Mitchell&Ness store, the old store, the store on Chestnut Street many years ago. It's his team too, so shout out to A-Rock. The Vikings, Chuck Foreman. The only run of this I have, I don't have a Tarkenton yet. I want a Tarkenton. But eventually. It's like Manning, Tarkenton, really MightyFan, but it will happen. It will happen. This is a 75. I do kind of wish I had the full run of these, because they made him, they made Page, they made like so many of those, Tarkenton. Man, they made a lot. Krause, they made a lot of them. A lot of them in this one, but that's the only one I got from this particular run. And now they're just hard to find. Shout out to Redskins. I know he posted a picture of himself on one of the Facebook groups, his old, like a throwback picture of him wearing this. This is the Chris Carter 75th, or 35th rather. Sorry, Vikings logo, anniversary logo, Carter, older Viking jersey. This is the 95 season. This is a USA run. You got the deep inside tag, beautiful jersey. They made Warren Moon too. I don't have a Warren Moon. The only Warren Moon I have is his Oilers. Someday I'll get it, but eventually. And of course, he started his career with the Eagles. And here's another Vikings, Chris Carter. This is a newer China run, but really nice. I really like this one. You see that Carter on the back. This is from the Vikings' 40th anniversary. You'll see another one of these coming up. This is the purple. Chris Carter. All he does is catch touchdowns. But hey, great story. I'm glad he had a second life in Minnesota, because, he cleaned himself up and everything. He had an awesome Hall of Fame career with the Vikings. It started with the Eagles. And they made his jersey. They made his legacy jersey. They never have yet to make his authentic with the press. Come on, Mitchell&Ness. And they need to get on a Reggie White rookie jersey, number 91. So maybe come over there, Mitchell&Ness. I will. I miss it. I want to go there now, but they're closed. Eventually. We'll get back there. Dandy Randy right here. Randy Moss. Same year. But the white version of this jersey. This is the 2000. 2000. I didn't say the year from the same with the 2000. Same as the Chris Carter. Although this one is in white. Hot jersey. Really like the white. I've always loved the white Viking jerseys from this time. Yeah. Really nice. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have these teams together, but it is what it is. So we went from the Vikings, now we got the Packers. We got I know, like oil and water, right? But we got the Ray Nitschke Packers. This is just the long sleeve, beautiful jersey, really nice run, career run. 1966 is the year to match the number. Great Hall of Famer, of course, Ray Nitschke. And, of course, you can't have Packer jerseys, even though I have some team jerseys without certain players, but you can't have Packer jerseys without Bart Starr, who the Eagles beat in the 1960 championship game. The only team that ever beat Lombardi in a championship game was in the Eagles right here in Philly, in Franklin Field. In fact, the Eagles, last two coaches they beat in championships, Lombardi and Belichick, the only franchise that can ever say that. So, yeah, it took a while before we got our first Super Bowl, but that's not bad company right there. 1969, Bart Starr, career run. So it's got all the info on the tag. And there's as you saw on the two Bear jerseys earlier, there's the 50 logo. for the NFL. Beautiful jersey. Really like that one. And then we got this one. This is the only one of this kind of run, this kind of era that has the name written on the back. So this is a Ken Brockenson Packer jersey. Look at that big name on the back. It's the only one they did in that run. Every other from this kind of era just had the numbers, because obviously they just had the numbers back then. But then when they started getting names on the back, this is the only one they did. This is a 1971 Ken Brockenson, and this is a career run. Beautiful jersey. Really, really like this one. This next one, this was one of my grails for years until I finally was able to get it. This is an El Salvador run. Sterling Sharp, of course, Shannon's brother. Packers 75th season. Sharp 84. I want to get the Reggie White still in this. I want to get the white Reggie White, but that's the only Reggie I need. Of course, if they ever did his rookie. Mitchell&Ness, come on, stop sleeping. And 93. Sterling Sharp. I want to get his brother. I want to get the 94 Shannon Sharp. So, someday. Got the green Reggie White, of course. 75th Annie season. Reggie White, 1993. Like I said, I want the white version of this too. And it's hard to get. You know, it used to be more available. I never jumped on it. Now you can't hardly find it, but I'll get it someday. Things always pop up in the kingdom eventually. Might take some time, but, you know, eventually they come in. And I got Brett Favre, as the commissioner called him when he was drafted as a Falcon. But this is his 93, so it's got the 75th as well. And they never made the white version of this. This is the one they made, and they never made the green version of the Sterling Sharp. But Reggie White, they did both, home and away. So, and this is a China run. This is a China run. But this is a slightly older China run, so, you know. Yes. Now, I've always said this as a collector, as a fan. I'm an Eagles fan, of course, but, you know, as a collector, it's that split personality, because I'm a fan, but then I'm a collector. So the collector gets rival teams, but the fan won't admit to it. So, but we got some New York Football Giants who the Eagles own now, by the way, over the years. But we got the Phil Simms. This is the older run, USA run. And I got this thing for a steal at the store. They had, during a Father's Day sale many years ago, a name your price rack where you can just, and it was cash only, but you can grab whatever and make a price. And okay, because it was all old run stuff they were trying to move, and, you know, this was one of them. So it's got the spider patch. Sims 11. Again, it's the old USA run. 1986. Their first Super Bowl season. But man, it doesn't matter what team you're a fan of. You do have to respect the greats. LT, you know, much respected. Great linebacker. Lawrence Taylor, 86. This is a career run. All right, I'm sorry, China run. This is kind of looks like a Korea tag, but it's a China run. It's an old China run. So it's got the spider patch again. Pressed on. 86. Taylor, 56. The one I still lament I didn't get was his rookie. That one was nice. They made that some years ago. The blue in the blue with the L. Taylor on the back. I don't know why I didn't get it, but I didn't. And like I said before, this was the first Super Bowl 25 jersey I ever got, the Lawrence Taylor. So I went with the team that won by that missed Scott Norwood field goal, but there's the logo, which I believe was the first time they put a Super Bowl logo on a jersey, if I'm not mistaken, was Super Bowl 25. Taylor, 56. This is a China run. I believe it's China run. Yeah, China run. It's got the red tag. Yep. Still pops, though. Yeah, here's another enemy team of the Birds, but It's another team, the Eagles have done all right against in recent years. We got the Redskins. Shout out to Nostalgia Boy, got this one from him to Sammy Baugh. The 1947 Sammy Baugh. This is a Korea run. Just 33 on the back. Nice jersey. Not a lot of pop or anything, but it's just a vintage, clean, jersey. Slinging Sammy Baugh. This one is the jersey Ice Cube made famous in the movie Are We There Yet? And I do have the matching Cavaliers hat, the same style that he wore in the movie. I have that hat. And when I wear this, I'll put it together with that hat just to see if anyone sees the reference. But there's the 69 Sam Huff that Cube, of course, was wearing in Are We There Yet? Which is, it's a Jersey Head movie because he's wearing different jerseys in basically the whole movie. So it's like if a Jersey Head was in the movie, that's how he would do it. This is an older run, I believe. Yeah, this is an older run. But you got the long sleeves, 70, everything, and then, you got the, then again the NFL 50. But Cube's wearing this in the movie with that Cavaliers hat, and I got that. It took me a while to get that hat, because that's a hard to get hat, but I got it. That's right. That's how MightyFan rolls. So anyhow, we got another former Eagle, Sonny Jurgensen, who went on to have great years in Washington after his years in Philly. Big name on the back. I also want the white version of this. The white version pops too. This is a China run. I got this from the old store in Chestnut Street years ago. 1974 season, Sonny Jurgensen. Still really like this. You gotta love the old, the maroon Redskin jerseys. This is one I just copped recently. Got Mr. Theismann. See, I keep this one away from the Lawrence Taylor jersey just in case. Of course, one of the all-time worst injuries football was that Monday night Giants Redskins when Lawrence kind of ended Theismann's career, but vicious hit, man. LT felt horrible about it afterwards. It scared the crap out of him. Everything pressed on. This is an 82 Theismann, and this is an old USA run. Yep. This is an old version. Diesel, of course, Riggo, John Riggins. 82 as well, Super Bowl year. The white version, really nice. You saw his Bucs jersey. Here's his Redskins. Doug Williams. Just like this one with the D. Williams on the back of it. Really like it. Of course, the patch. 50th Annie for the Redskins. The China run. 86. Now, I got two of these. And I got two of these, and I'm going to tell you, this is the original run. The USA run. Doug Williams, 87. So this is the Super Bowl jersey where he beat the Broncos, Super Bowl MVP. D. Williams on the back. Just him and Timmy Smith tore it up that year, that game against the Broncos. But this is the original USA run. Beautiful jersey, nothing wrong with it. I really like it. Gonna keep it so no one asks me, are you moving it? No, I don't move my shit. So anyhow, we got the we got this version, and this one I got recently. And I got to shout A-Rock out because I remember seeing this at the old store on Chestnut Street. This is a newer China run. And they did, there is a mess up with this one that they did, but it is what it is. And I remember when I was standing in that store with A-Rock and we were looking at jerseys, this one caught my eye. And obviously it wasn't a sale, so I didn't grab it then. I never did get it. And then it became one that was very difficult to get. It's a China run, but it was difficult to get. And I wanted this thing because I loved, when I saw it in the store, I loved the mesh. The mesh on this version just pops like crazy. It is a mess up, though. They did something wrong with this one. But there it is again. This is Doug Williams. This is the newer run. All right, so this is the China run. But look at that mesh. Oh, my goodness. That is hot as hell. And I just always remembered it. I remembered the mesh on this jersey. I'm like, boy, if I ever have a chance at it. And it recently came on eBay maybe a couple months ago. Earlier in the year, I grabbed it. Now, the other thing, I loved that shine on the numbers. Love the shine. Yeah, so someone hit me up on Messenger, sorry. 87. Now, the mess up they did was the sleeve cuffs. It's supposed to be pressed on like the numbers, but they made it part of the fabric. So that's the mess up of it, but the mesh on this jersey, I love it. I just love it. And they didn't do a lot of jerseys like this. For whatever reason, they got the mesh on this one just... So I knew if I ever had another chance at this, I had to get it, even though it was a little mess up with the yoke, the stripes. You know, it is what it is, one of those things. But that mesh, I had to have it. So I was glad to have an opportunity at it. And unlike the Love You Blue Billy White shoes, I got it. So. All right, we got 91 Redskins. We got Darryl Green, Hall of Fame cornerback. Shine run, Super Bowl year. Their last Super Bowl was 91 against Buffalo. I know I got a lot of Redskins jerseys for some reason, but here's the Ricky Irvin's 94 season. So this is the away version. This is El Salvador. El Salvador, and the thing I like about it is just the dazzle twill and the logo. That's just awesome. The Indian head logo. And of course, got the home, you got the away rather than out of the home. Ricky Irvin's 94. Again with the Indian head with the dazzle twill. The Redskins like wear this jersey as an alternate throwback now, but that's the one they wore in 94 for the 75th, NFL 75th. And again, it's El Salvador run. And last but not least, of course, for the Redskins, we got Sean Taylor, rest in peace. The newer run that they did. Taylor, from the Redskins 75th anniversary. So this is the 2007. And I do wonder if they're going to do the white version of this with those big stripes on the sleeves. And that's another one. That's another one. That has to come at some point, if they ever did it. Last but not least, for teams on this rack, I know there's been a lot of them. I told you I got a lot of football. So, Tommy Nobis, Atlanta Falcons. Long sleeve, beautiful jersey. This is a 66 Tommy Nobis. And this is a career run, so it's got the smaller tag on the inside. No name, just the 60. And then this is the away version, Tommy Nobis, but this time it has his name on the back. So this is a different year. This is a 70 Tommy Nobis. And this is a Korea. Oh boy. Okay, we're getting close to my Grail of Grails, my Stanley Cup from my collection. Andrews. Running back from back in the day. I almost said Redskins. Falcons. This is a USA run. 1980. I forgot how many red Falcon jerseys Mitchell&Ness made over the years. They made a few, including my Stanley Cup. Bartkowski. I still want the white one of this, but got the red one. Steve Bartkowski. 1980, same as the Andrews. Everything pressed. And this again is a USA run. Oh, here's that guy again that I don't have his Love You Blue jersey of. Billy White shoes. This is the white one. And this is again, this one actually is a Korea. No, El Salvador. I'm sorry, El Salvador run. Jock tag fooled me for a bit. 83. White shoes. Pennsylvania's own. Yeah. So those of you who were with me for years on YouTube, and I'd have to really dig. There's a video of me trying to win this jersey on eBay, and I failed. It's one of those examples of how this jersey got away from me a few times. Yeah, a few times. So this one became one of my most sought after jerseys, my top grail. I had to have this. I missed it a few times. I got this years ago from a fellow collector, and it was my Stanley Cup. And there's a video of me on YouTube where, getting this jersey in the mail, and I was like all happy, and I'm still glad I had it. This is the original run, limited edition rookie Deion Sanders, the red jersey, and I wanted this one so badly, and I got it. See, back then, they did some limited edition stuff. This is number 401 of 600. Oh, and I know they put out another one like a couple years ago. No, it doesn't touch the original version of it. Beautiful, love it. This thing was so hard for me to get. It got away from me a few times, more than a few times, and I had to have it. Like I was obsessing over this jersey, and I don't even think that Billy White Shoes is going to be like this for me. As far as just how much I have to have it, this was the one. This was the one. So I was so glad when I got it. It was my Stanley Cup. I held it up like a cup, like the hockey players do, and just the new one. It's nice. It doesn't touch this one. This is the one you want to get in your collection. So limited run. These were the USA runs of it. Limited run. 600 were made. I got one of them. And I was so glad when I did, and I still am glad that I did. Boy, this sucker got away from me more than any other jersey. And then, of course, I got the away version, rather. The white version. This is the original. Again, limited run USA Prime. This is number 254 of 600. Beautiful. Beautiful. If they recreated this, they couldn't do it as good as they did back then. It's just too nice. It's too nice. This one actually, I think this was a sample one. Big Slim gifted me, so shout out again to Big Slim. This was one that they made before they made the one that they made some time later, which I have. But but this is a sample one, so there's no tagging on it. The inside, it's on the bottom of El Salvador, but this is the 91 that they made before they started making it more public for the public. So just Big Slim gifted me this. So again, shout out to Big Slim. So it's from the 25th season. So awesome, nice addition in my humble but nice Prime collection. And this one, this is the one that was made more for the public. So you can see the inside tag, China tag. So this was made some years later, more for the public. And the numbers are slightly different. They're more bunched together than that version that you just saw. So there's some differences. But I actually got this years ago. A store was having it on sale. Grabbed it, 25th season. Yep, 91. Oh, sorry, 91. Why am I saying 91? 90. 1990 Falcons. Wake up, MightyFan. So, yeah, 1990 Falcons. Deion. And I actually got this from the old store on clearance on Chestnut Street, Jesse Tuggle, a 90. Jesse, see, that time I said the year right. 1990. I'd say it's been a long day, but it really hasn't. It's just, it's a lazy Saturday, nothing to do because everything's closed because of the pandemic, but I'm just going over some stuff. So you saw his Packer jersey. This is a rookie jersey. Brett Favre, or Favre, from Something About Mary, or as the commissioner said back then, Brett Favre. And this is his Falcons jersey. Mitchell&Ness made. This is 91. See, I knew there was a reason I was thinking 91. It was the Brett Favre. 94, Jesse Tuggle, the throwback. This is a USA run. I want to say it's USA run. Actually, it doesn't say where it's made. It might be a Korea. But anyhow, we're ending with a bang, okay? And last but not least, oh my, yep, another 94 jersey. This is a Jeff George Falcons jersey, again, from a time where they were just taking chances, making different players because of the different jerseys. Jeff George. But it's his 94 jersey. This is a USA? Yeah, USA run. Still a nice jersey. Like it's just a white jersey, just different, you know. Yep, Jeff George. Well, that is it. My God, I went an hour and some change. I had a lot to show, and I have a lot to show still. Another whole Z-Rack full of NFL goodness on the back. So that will be next. Thanks for joining me here for the hour-long marathon of football jerseys in the Mighty Kingdom. There's more, believe it or not. Believe it or not. But I hope you all enjoyed. Stay safe, everyone. Remember, comment, leave a like, hit the like button, subscribe, and after you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon so you'll know when yours truly pumps out these wonderful videos from the Mighty Kingdom. All right, everyone, take care. I'm going to go down where it's a little cooler. Take care. Bye.